Injuries and concussions caused by contact sports have become a fast-growing epidemic. From the pros all the way down to youth sports, the ripple effect has been dramatic.
According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, concussions in kids aged 8 to 13 years old have doubled, and in teens, they've risen 200% in the last decade.
Fox 21's Kaylin McMacken joins us now to introduce us to a new product aimed at reducing the number of concussions. Kaylin?
Shieldz is a company dedicated to making headwear that protects not only athletes but really anyone from suffering a concussion. It looks similar to a beanie and it's worn underneath a helmet to not only provide extra comfort but to protect your skull in case of an injury.
1, 2, 3, 4.
People like myself want to save the integrity of the sport. We want to keep the sport the same but make it safer.
What started as a simple solution to making helmets more comfortable quickly evolved into something much more.
Introducing Shieldz, the padded protective skull cap.
Not only could we make the helmet more comfortable if we picked the right padding, but we could also increase maybe the helmet's protective characteristics by helping the helmet conform better to the head.
The cap in turn serves two purposes. The first helping the ordinary helmet conform to the unordinary head, and the second providing added cushion to protect your skull. After a series of impact tests with different types of padding, Jennings and his colleagues settled on XRD padding, which uses open cell technology.
I got two pool balls here, and as I drop this pool ball on this padding is doing what it's supposed to do. It's absorbing the energy, but it's absorbing the energy down to the host, and that's what you can hear it hitting, as you can hear it making contact with the host. And this padding here, what's happening is when the ball is dropped on this padding, the energy is redirected outward. So if I do them both at the same time, it pretty much speaks for itself.
This telling example caught the attention of Douglas County's brain injury resource team, who deals firsthand with youth concussions.
Once a student has a concussion, we know from research that they are substantially more likely to have another one.
Whether it's cycling, skiing, football, or even horseback riding, athletes who wear the cap reduce their risk of a concussion by 35%, according to Shieldz website.
Every collision is different. What we're hoping to do is to make sure that whatever that collision is, we're able to decrease the amount of G-force that's penetrated through the helmet on that particular collision.
In Douglas County, between 900 to 1,100 kids suffer head injuries each year, and when they do, the district follows a concussion protocol, which not only involves contact with parents but academic restrictions.
What does the brain do? Well, it thinks, and so we don't want a kid thinking too hard because it activates certain regions of the brain and it prolongs the recovery period.
Prior to the sports season, each student is required to take a baseline test which assesses verbal and visual memory, processing speed, and reaction time, all cognitive functions which can go offline when hit.
We have baseline data of how a student performs without a head injury, who they are naturally. If they do get hit, then we compare their baseline performance with their post-injury performance.
Students can't return to action until their cognitive skills are back to normal. The company says the Shieldz cap is not only effective for athletes but can also be multi-use. Preliminary trials with special needs kids, especially those with autism, are proving promising.
It gives us a chance when a student becomes emotionally or frustrated, we can actually get to them before they start hurting themselves, banging their heads or hitting themselves in the head.
I found a disease that no one has ever seen.
Movies like Will Smith's Concussion and the $1 billion lawsuit brought forth by former players against the NFL have brought conversation about concussions and the lasting effects of head injuries to the forefront.
The earlier group of professional football players did not fully understand. They didn't have a full informed consent. I think the earlier group may have known that there may have been some consequences to hitting your head over and over again, but they may have also thought, some of them, that once I'm healed up, like a sprained ankle.
Dr. Thompson says that one of the biggest misconceptions of suffering a concussion includes losing total consciousness and being hit directly in the head, neither of which has to happen. Any significant blow to the body, such as whiplash, can cause a concussion. For more information on the protective cap, head to our website at fox21news.com and search Shieldz. Guys.
All right, very interesting.
Yeah, anything to reduce those concussions.
Oh,
scary stuff.
Roll on.